So just got up. Somehow yesterday got this mad idea to wake up around sunset, which I never do, because I want to ride this morning up to something called Rendang and back down again. And I'm obviously going to take this baby here, but first things first. So, time for a breakfast. Greek yogurt, banana. This cat loves yogurt. So, finally on the road. I had to be a little bit quiet in the house because my wife and kids are still sleeping, so I didn't want to wake them up. But we just left not a long time ago, and the time is around 7 a.m. in the morning. Beautiful morning in Bali. And where we left off was it's on the east coast of Bali, not very far from something called Bali Safari Park. And basically from here I always tend to go, you know, inland instead of riding down the coast, because it's too much traffic down there, and the beauty of nature is obviously also inland, so that's why I like to go here. But buggy. But speaking of mornings, I just have something to share about this, because I am not very good waking up in the mornings. Recently I somehow managed to wake up in the mornings, and that has so many benefits doing this, especially in a place like Bali, because here is so extremely warm during the midday. So if you can wake up early, you can get some rides out. It really helps you to enjoy your ride much better, because in the morning it's not so warm. And another thing I just had on my mind, speaking of waking up in the morning, I recently discovered that I was vitamin D deficient. I might have even mentioned this earlier, but vitamin D3, even though there's a lot of sun in Bali, you're supposed to not be deficient of vitamin D3, but you can definitely be deficient. And I started to take a pretty high dosage of vitamin D3, and it sort of reset my internal clock, and I slept much deeper. It was easier to fall asleep at night, and it was also easier to wake up early in the morning after just a few days of taking vitamin D3. On my bike rides, I always like to listen to, you know, podcasts and stuff, like health related stuff. I think it's very important to feel good, you know, and having a good lifestyle, which includes, of course, a good diet, exercise, and a healthy mind, is something that makes you enjoy life much better. Time for a little break. I just thought I lost my shorty stick, but then I have packed it in the wrong compartments. Lucky. So we're nearly 12 kilometers up from where we started. The climb is around 400 meters so far, and we're going to do a little bit more. So water is needed. Quick snack to keep the energy levels up. Where we got it? Here it is. My extra just sport. Yes. B3, B5 and B6. Take a look here. In Visa Okay, let's go. So as we are approaching our top for this ride, we are getting closer to the Gunung Agung volcano, which you're supposed to be able to see. I don't know if this camera here can catches up clearly the volcano in the background. But we have decent weather today, where the volcano is, you can see maybe. It always fascinates me how much energy there is in this earth, and being able to create these huge volcanoes. We're talking massive energy coming out of these when they erupt. It's just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing and absolutely fantastic, unique and beautiful. I love it. It's nearly like riding in the Alps. No volcanoes in the Alps though, but it's hilly. Speaking of the Alps, I can't wait to get back there. I love riding in Bali, but I do love riding in Europe too, especially in the Alp region. On my channel you can see the my first video attempt ever, which was the one I made in May this year, 2022. Took the train down to Munich from Denmark, and then rode all the way from Munich to Verona in Italy via the Brenner Pass and the Garda Lake. So we're just coming in here to one of my favorite areas, I think even that I have mentioned before. But every time I go here, which is always a part of my local ride, is this Marigold Field or Marigold Flower Field. I think the Balinese people are using it for their ceremonies, and you can buy them on all kind of local markets, nearly wherever you go. Now you can see they were harvesting there, and I think even there's a patch more coming up here in a few meters. Another small patch, and a cow. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. How do we do this? Is that? Always gotta be careful. You never know. Normally they're very quiet, these cows, but always pay attention to what they might do. Yeah, but just a very quick note on this amazing marigold flower here. I was so amazed by them that I had to look them up, and I realized that you can actually brew tea off the marigold flower. So I went to the local market, I bought a load of these flowers, I dried them in my air-conditioned room, and a couple of days later I decided to make the tea. And that tea was terrible. So what turns out is that there are two different kind of marigold flowers. One which is this species that you see around here in Bali, and there is another species that is made for tea, and obviously the one here in Bali is the one not made for tea. that Nangan. I don't know if you can hear the tropical sound here, but sound is so relaxing and brings you really into like a meditative state. So we are like 5 kilometers down from the highest point we went to, and it actually feels very comfortable because it's not hot at all. It's very, very comfortable, the temperature. I love that. Even though there has been a lot of rain in the last couple of days. I mean, seriously, a lot of rain, and we have seen pictures of broken roads and all kind of stuff. And normally after days of rain, all that rain always, like, you know, rises from the ground and it feels super humid. But this morning, outstanding temperature. Durian. I'll show you. It's an amazing fruit, and let me just turn this camera here so you can see it. Here it is. The durian is stinky fruit. It's so tasty and amazing. Halo. Berapa harganya? Dari kecil?
Yang kecil. Ini
Ya.
30.
30 ya?
Enak isinya.
Enak.
Tebal.
Oke, nanti saya kembali ya. Bisa makan sini?
Ya.
Terima kasih. So that was the durian fruit. Not very polite asking for the price if I'm not going to buy it, but I was just curious. I might come back here. Let's come down. So I just bought a fruit here called the nanga. So I just had to accidentally stop here because I went too far down. I missed my turn. So I saw this little booth here selling nanga and durian. Wow, this is a new place. I have never been here before. There are so many small back roads here in Bali that no matter how many times you ride here, it seems always to be possible to find a place that you haven't ridden before. And this here is certainly one of them. Wow. Take a look at that. These are all the rice paddies with an amazing hilly background. Amazing. Hey doggy, how are you?
No!
I believe people who have a small little house down there, they don't even have the idea that they have $1 billion view that any Westerner would love to get their hands on. There's a jogging track. Cool. Jogging track. All right. Gotta be careful here. Ooh, that's a car. Good to be true, isn't it? And the sound of that water is like so pleasant to the ears, really. It's so pleasant. Oh god, I think I need some new brake pads very soon. It's just tearing up my brake pads. I hear the squeezing sound. Hello.
Hello.
Oh god, no. Wait, I gotta stop here. I gotta stop. My brakes can't handle it. I mean, look how steep it goes. But it is so steep down here. It's so steep. My brakes are making such a strange noise. Oh, it's gonna fall down. It's so steep here. I don't know if you can see it, but it is really steep. And yeah, I was basically just filming this area here because that is so amazing, unique. Oh. Hopefully I can do this. Ah, so steep.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me, we're meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
So we're coming down here to the We're coming down here to the last part of this bike ride. I'll finish up and I'll come down. Well, I just would like to shout out and say thank you very much if you're still watching this. I love to share the moments that I like, because I simply believe that every moment is unique, and why not with the technologies that we have today, even though I'm a very, very beginner doing these recordings, but I just feel that there is a deeper meaning with it somehow. I've never been a really big fan of like selfie sticks and shooting pictures of yourself doing this and that, but I kind of start to get the idea of the deeper meaning of this year. And it's all about for me to share my moment. It's all about for me to share my moment with you, the audience, the viewers, because I really love making it possible to making my moments a part of your moment. That's it. Rounding up for now. More than 3 hours on the saddle, but only 2.5 hours of riding. I was really focused on trying to do some stuff with the camera, and that took, of course, some time. But we did it. 42 kilometers, 750 meters ascent. And yeah, that's it. As usual, it's time for a good coffee. It's time for a shower. See you on the next one.